How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing so good. How are you?
Absolutely fantastic. Man, you're up there in Stockton, California. That plays a big role in my heart because when I first got into radio, that's where I wanted to go do radio. They were always looking for radio people in Stockton. So now here you are.
Wow. That is so cool.
What is Stockton like? Only because it really was that place that I wanted to go so badly as a kid because I was in Montana and I didn't want to go to Seattle. I didn't want to go to Spokane. And in the trades, Stockton always was looking for somebody. But I never got the vibe to get there yet.
Yeah. As much as I love Stockton because it is my home city where I grew up, I don't think it'd be the best place to live. I mean, there's always, the good and bad parts of this city, but there's definitely other cities that are so much nicer with a lot to do. So I actually moved out of Stockton to Orange County, California.
Nice.
So Southern California, in Laguna Niguel now, and it's so pretty here.
That whole entire California scene is, and if people have never been to California, it's like each section of that state has its own personality. So when you go down into Orange County, I mean, all of a sudden, it's like you can be as quacky as you want, but you're accepted.
Yes. Yeah, it definitely is like that. But yeah, I definitely would choose Orange County over Stockton any day. It's so beautiful here. And Stockton is also known for having really, really good food, which is true. So the food is definitely better there than it is here, I would say.
Wow.
But yeah.
Wow. We have something in common, and I wish more people would talk about it. The songs we sang with our mothers while we were growing up. The song that my mother sang with me was a Cheap Trick song, Ain't That a Shame? And you got to sing an Alicia Keys song with your mom.
Yes, yeah. We are huge fans of Alicia Keys. My mom, that was always her idol, and then it also became my idol. So she would always sing Fallen by Alicia Keys every single day, and she played the keyboard as well. So that's what I grew up listening to, and I think that's what also sparked that music interest in me at such a young age, was listening to my mom.
What do you think drew you to Alicia Keys? Because I see her as being somebody of total calm. She knows where her calm is, and it flows through her vocals.
Yeah, I love her voice.
Mm-hmm.
And she is so talented, and she does have like a very soothing, calm voice, but also there's so much power in it too. And I've always loved, her writing, just everything about her. I always wanted to be able to play the piano like her. Like, I just feel like she does it so effortlessly. And she still continues to do that. So, yeah, I don't know. There's just something about her music and her voice that really, really, just influenced me and my mom a lot.
Oh my God. And her speaking voice, because she is not afraid to let that Southern come out of her.
Yes, it is. She has such an amazing voice. And I love listening to her talk too. It's very soothing.
Do you find yourself in a way that because you are a singer, that it also affects the way that you speak? Because I believe people speak out of tune. And listening to you today, you are so perfectly in tune with your vocals.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've actually never thought about that.
Well, you're aware of how you're putting the words out there, so it's almost like doing spoken poetry.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you. I've always felt like I've been so bad at speaking. So I mean, that's a great compliment to hear this morning.
When being as creative as you are, we all face that wall of burnout. How did you get through that storm? Because there's a lot of people that will say, "Oh, I've got writer's block." Really, there's no such thing as writer's block. You may have burnout, or you think what you're doing you suck, but that's okay. Just learn how to do it really good.
Yeah, it was really challenging. I think for me, I was mostly going through that burnout in music because the pandemic did have a big part of that, just not being able to perform. And then, of course, like, I did feel like when I was trying to write, I was like, what do I even write about? Like, I wrote about the same things over and over. And then, of course, I had like my tonsil surgery. So I got my tonsils and my adenoids removed. And after that, I had to fully retrain my voice.
Yep.
And it was just something that got me down for so long, because I'm not a super patient person. So I was like, I want to sing. I want to do a cover so bad, and I can't. And I just felt like it was my time to give up music for, not forever, but for a while. And there was just something, like, I had my family, of course, who was telling me, like, never give up. Don't ever give up, no matter what happens. Just keep trying. It'll happen for you. So they are big. They're big on making sure that I never give up on my music.
Yeah.
And then I got this amazing opportunity with The Voice. And that kind of just came to me too. It was more of like I think a scout found me. And they told me, we want you to try to be on the show. And I was like, no, I don't think I'm ready for that. But I thought I wasn't ready. I was like, I have to fully retrain my voice before, like, I even try to do a show. Like, there's no way I'm ready. And my family came in again and they said, the worst that could happen is you get a no, but never let a no stop you from trying again. And I really took that to heart and thought about that. And I decided, we're going to give it another try. And here I am. I got a chair turn. I made it on the show. I won my battle. And I'm like, I'm so, so thankful for whoever was scouting me, and also for my family for just pushing me to keep going.
During that downtime, I believe that, creativity is an addiction. You've always got to be creating something. What did you replace it with? In other words, the singing. What did you replace it with when you were down?
Honestly, when I wasn't singing, it was just really still music. It was listening to music. And then I honestly think that's it. I do also like to dance.
Yeah.
I was a dancer when I was little. However, I feel like I'm not good at it anymore. And I think I was kind of just going through so much that I was like, okay, well, if singing isn't going to work out, do I want to be a dancer or do I want to be an actor? And I did also sign up to start in like background acting. So that was another thing I was trying to like also get into, because I always just felt like it had to be something in the industry. That's what sparks me a lot. I was trying to just focus on something else, but it was also just listening to music every single day and practicing until I got it right. Even if it was, a day where I was just like, oh no, I'm not going to do this anymore. I can't get it right. It was like, just taking a break, trying again. So it's always been music no matter what for me. And then without music, it's just acting or something cool.
How do you prep for a Pink song? Because Pink is just, I was playing her music when she was just brand new, and to see what she has done with music, especially her live performance, how do you prepare for a Pink song?
Well, let me say Pink is a powerhouse.
Yes.
So her songs are so, so hard to sing. It was definitely a challenge for me. But I like to say, like, with this journey, there come challenges that I'm willing to take. So I was very scared at first when I heard that we were going to sing this song. And then it's just I did so many vocal warm-ups, which is something I never did before the show. Mm-hmm. It was very bad. But I feel like doing those vocal warm-ups every single day helped so much. And then I honestly just telling myself, like, you can do this. You're going to do this. Like, don't get in your head too much. So yeah, it worked out pretty good. And I love how the song ended up sounding after we sang it. And yeah.
Wow. Finding that space in your heart to be a self-motivator. A lot of people don't find that. They don't trust it. They don't, or if they do have it, they'll go, see, I told you I was going to let myself down, blah, 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 blah. And it becomes a day of doubt. How did you learn how to trust the self-motivator?
It was very hard at first. And I feel like I didn't really have that self-motivation in the blind audition. I kind of went out there and was just like, I wasn't sure if I was going to make it or not. And I kind of had that like doubt in my head, but a little bit of positivity in my head also. So going into the battle rounds, I just really, really had to keep giving myself like a talk, whether it was like, in my room, just like, you can do this. You're going to do this. You've done this so many times. The only thing that's different is you're doing this on TV, which is big, but that was also another form of motivation for me. It was just like, on TV, you don't want to mess this up either.
Right.
So yeah, I honestly just had to look myself in the mirror and just talk to myself, like speak positivity, positive affirmations. I love to pray before performance also, and just make sure, I have God by my side. So that's another thing too. It's just really trying to be positive and just telling myself over and over that I can do this and I will do this, and whatever happens, happens.
See,
so, yeah.
I believe that that's exactly the way the modern church is supposed to be, that God is putting you out there in front of people, because it's not about the four walls of the building. It's about the entire people as a whole. And so you being out there as a tool and putting that energy inside your heart before you set free your vocals, it's a beautiful place to be.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So now, one thing that we have in common, we come from families of 8. How did you ever get along with everybody in that family?
Well, first, that is so cool that you also come from a family of 8.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Well, I think for me, so I am the oldest. So I'm also kind of like another mom to all of my siblings. And there were times where we would argue, but I think because there's such a big age gap, I have a brother who's a couple years younger than me, but we weren't always very, very close until now. And now we don't ever really argue. Yeah. But like me and my sister, my next sister, we are 7 years apart. And whenever we would argue, my mom would just be like, "Why are you arguing with like a little girl? Like, you're so much older than her." And it's still like that. Like I have a brother, my youngest brother, we're 18 years apart.
Wow.
And we do argue too sometimes, but at the same time, I feel like I'm also another mom to them. And so they do look up to me as their second mom, and they have referred to me as their second mom too, which is so sweet. So we didn't always argue. There were little moments where, I would tell them to do something and they would just like roll their eyes at me or be like, kind of give me that thing like, "Well, you're not my mom," but then say like, "You are like my mom." So it would be a little confusing sometimes, but I love having so many siblings. It's it could be a lot at times, like especially during Christmas, but I wouldn't change it for the world. And I love them so much, and they all look up to me a lot, just as a role model also, which is so cool.
Yeah. The one thing you missed out on, though, the hand-me-down. We all got the hand-me-downs.
Yeah, my sisters still get the hand-me-downs from me right now. Yeah. I mean, I think I got a lot of the stuff that wasn't in style. Like as a kid, I look back at pictures and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, Mom, why would you dress me in that?" But I feel like that's a lot of people. And now my sisters are, they're wearing the same things that are in style nowadays because they're getting older.
Yep.
So they'll wear stuff that I wear, and I'm just like, you guys are so lucky you're not in anything right now that's like so outdated or doesn't look good on you.
So were you pretty much like our family? We had one bathroom, and we had to have, I mean, when it came time to getting ready for school, I mean, it was like, oh my God, it was like traffic jam.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, we had I think 3 bathrooms
Lucky
in
you.
our first house that we were in. But there was always just that one main bathroom, that like the middle bathroom in the hallway that all the kids would share. So there have definitely been times where I was like, oh my gosh, are you done taking a shower? Like, I need to go in there. Or, somebody was always waiting for something, because, my mom's bathroom, like, she would be using that to get ready too. And then it's a lot. It is a lot.
I know we started talking about today about radio and how I wanted to go to Stockton, but one of the things I really wanted to give you a compliment on is the fact that you allowed local radio where you are to help support your gift and get it out there. And that is so beautiful, because that connection between the musician, the local musician, as well as local radio, you don't see much of that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I love our Stockton radio station so much. They've always been a huge support of mine. And I think actually ever since maybe 11 or 12, they started reaching out to me like, hey, do you want to perform at, this festival or any place that they could get me on a stage? They would reach out to my mom and say, we have an opening if she wants to come perform. And my mom would be that person, be like, you're going to do it. Yeah, like whether you're nervous, go out there because this is your dream. And so they put me on many stages throughout the 209 area over there. And I couldn't be more grateful for that, because that has definitely helped get me where I am today. Just being able to perform and not, be so shy like how I used to be. So it was great. It was a great experience, and I'm so thankful for them. And I hope that I can continue to go back and still perform wherever they need me to.
Absolutely. Where can people go to find out more about you and give you lots of love?
I would say definitely on Instagram. That is where I am most active. It's at Zeya Ray Music, and Zeya Zeya. I definitely try to respond more on there to people, and that's where I see a lot of the comments too. And then just also Facebook, Zeya Ray Music as well, and then TikTok. Yeah. So, Wow. All the social media platforms.
Well, you've got to come back to this show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for you, Zeya.
Thank you so much. It was so nice to talk to you today.
Well, you be brilliant today, okay?
Thank you. You too. I hope you have an amazing day.
Same to you. Same to you.
Thank you.